thick bung.
Yeah. Everybody loves a thick bung. Yeah.
Dude, thick bum, know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Wait, bung or bum? Come on.
Well, thick bass, you know what I'm saying? Welcome once again to Chill Filtered, the podcast where we drink whiskey so you don't have to. And we do a lot of other fun things too, like talk about whiskey and drink whiskey. And, I guess we already covered that, but we're real. We're real over here.
Whiskey.
And you should too. And that's why we like you. Yeah, we're drinking something cool today. Something from Barrell Craft Spirits, specifically their Barrell Decade, not decades like Wild Turkey, just Decade, which I think is pretty cool. We'll talk about what that means in a little bit, but here's one way you can support us this week. Subscribe on YouTube. That's how you can support us this week. Simple as that. It really helps us out a lot, and we're not trying to buy our subscriptions or subscribers. So it means a lot when people just organically subscribe. So we appreciate all who have, and all who will. And that's all the business we got for this week. Yeah, we're recording on a Wednesday, and life's as I always tell my daughters when they ask me what day it is when it is a Wednesday, I go, "It's Wednesday, my dudes," and I refrain from going, "Ah!" You know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
Good. If you're not familiar, there's a great Vine probably by the title, "It's Wednesday, my dudes."
Yeah. And then it's turned into a meme with a frog. It's Wednesday, my dudes. But yes,
oh, wait, the frog? I thought it was like Spider-Man.
Well, it's spun into a whole other thing.
I gotta look this
frog.
up. KnowYourMeme.com will probably inform me.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah.
You're right, though. The original is the Vine with the guy in the Spider-Man costume, and he's like, "It's Wednesday, my dudes."
Mm-hmm.
Oh, man. All right. Well, since we're still so close to the business segment,
yeah,
check it out. My entry
Look at that thick pour. Ooh, it's official.
The final here. Yeah.
Looks like that windmill is right over Baraboo.
Boom shakalaka. It is. And yes, I guess for the podcast listeners, I did hold up a Glencairn in front of the camera. It is the final and done. I've received them all already for the meetup. Nice. Glencairn design for 2025.
How are you going to transport them?
I will. So actually, Rick, the guy who does them, Bulldog Customs, he packs them up real nice. So actually, nice. The way that they're packed up, if I put those boxes just straight in my luggage around clothes, nice. I feel good about that.
Nice. Worst case scenario, if it weren't that way, you can just ship them to
True. I might
Mr.
do that actually, for some of them. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I'm excited. That's in like less than or just a little over 2 weeks from.
I know.
Basically 2 weeks from tomorrow, we both arrive. Actually, 2 weeks from today, I arrive in Madison.
Oh, yeah. You're going a day early. I forgot. Yeah. You got some friends you're meeting up with or something? I can't remember.
Yeah. Having lived there, there's a surprising amount of people that I could just hit up. And even some that I could say, "Hey, can I crash at your place for the night?" And then we'll stay at the hotel the next night. But got lunch plans on Thursday because you get in Thursday night, right?
Yes, Thursday night, super late.
Yeah, so I got lunch plans. I got probably breakfast plans, and Miles Ferguson shows up mid-afternoon on Thursday. So we'll be getting some Wisconsin goodies, like maybe we'll get some ice cream, or maybe we'll get some beer, maybe we'll do something that's not on the list. Actually, there's a really good, I think I might have mentioned this last time, but there's a really good sandwich shop called Milio's out in Madison.
Sounds familiar.
We'll that. Or maybe were we going to get pizza? Because maybe we should go to Glass Nickel.
Well, maybe
I'll get Glass Nickel and then leave extras for you for when you arrive to the hotel.
Please do that.
Or when I pick you up.
Yeah, definitely do that. There wasn't going to be time for us to grab Glass Nickel on the way to Ben's house because we'll be just coming from the Union place, the fish fry on the quad, whatever it's
Memorial
called.
Union.
Yeah.
On Lake. I always get Lake Mendota.
Nice.
Yeah, there's Mendota's the north one, and Monona is the southern one. Yeah.
Not confusing at all.
Yeah, it got me for a while. But
Yeah.
I knew that I lived really, because I lived really close to Mendota. The grad housing when I lived there was like right near the lake. So I got used to Mendota, but then Monona took a little bit.
Yeah. You know what I found out the other day is Jim Mathwig, beautiful Patreon
Heyo.
supporter, his dad graduated
Uh-huh.
from the University of Wisconsin.
Come on, go
And
Badgers. That's great.
yeah, in like the 1930s or something like that.
Nice. Yeah, it's an old school, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Was he an
Yeah.
ag
Well,
major or something like that?
not a clue.
Who
And
knows?
actually I want to say Jim couldn't even remember.
That's
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
That's legit.
You might also notice I
Uh-huh.
shaved the mustache off.
Oh, I didn't notice because you're on the base level now of not or what I expect to see.
Oh
Why'd
yeah,
you shave the mo?
back to normal. Yeah, I had fun with it for a little bit, but Sam was like, "Nah, it's time for that to go." So I was like, "Yeah, okay, I don't really care."
You tell her. You repeat after me. You say, "Woman, you don't run me." No, no, they did.
That sounds like a reference to a Vine or something.
So my wife and I, yeah, I don't know. It probably is. But we'll be like, "Don't tell me what to do," and like in a joking way. And then she'll be like, "By saying that," or like one of us will be like, "By saying that, you're telling me what to do. So don't tell me what to do." And like go back and forth.
Yeah, perfect.
We have a fun relationship, and I assume you and Sam do as
Mhm.
well. But we don't often take things too like mean, and we're not usually like we wouldn't push the boundaries of mean often. It's like we don't like that. I mean, that's why one of the reasons I like you is we've talked about like some other podcasts and stuff like they can be mean and
Right.
like
Like give
mean
each
to
other
each other.
crap.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it's like I get that to some extent, but at some point you're like, I don't know. There's this old scripture, and I'm not going to dig too big into it, but it says, "Out of the overflow of the heart, the mouth speaks," and I get that. Like I get that. Like sometimes you kind of mean it, and I don't like that. I don't like that. Like you're being mean and like almost being passive aggressive with it. That's how I take it, at least. Not everyone's like
Yeah.
that, and not everyone thinks that way or implies those kind of things.
Yeah.
But I'm like, no, I'd rather just be nice. Nice is
I
cool.
know.
Cool is
Yeah,
nice.
I'd rather be like positive and
Yeah.
enthusiastic, and I don't
We're not.
care if that like doesn't drive views, because
Yeah.
one time I had somebody
Uh-huh.
tell me it's like he's a friend but not like a friend, and he
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
like you know what you guys should do? You guys should really like riff off each other more. You guys should
Uh-huh.
really like really like there's this duo not to be named
Yeah.
on YouTube that like give each other crap a lot, and it's like he'll
Yeah.
tease him and then he'll tease him back, and I'm like, I'm just
That's
not a
not who we
teasing
are.
guy. Like I don't want to
Yeah.
talk crap on anybody. Like I'd rather
Yeah.
just hang out and like be bros, and
Yeah.
not
Exactly.
always trying to be thinking about a way to like make fun of you. Like that just sucks.
Yeah. I'll put it very vaguely, but I had in one endeavor in my life at some point in time, I was told by people who were viewers from a distance that they couldn't continue supporting what I was doing because they felt like the counterpart was a little too mean. And that's all I'm going to
Oh,
say. Yeah.
yeah.
Wasn't
Well,
Robbie. I say it.
yeah, it was
You
me.
probably figured that one out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
Yeah. No.
I was also like one of my past relationships
Uh-huh.
was she could not like I feel like she
That's
would
hard.
always search for a way to take something the wrong
Yeah.
way, like for attention, so that
Oh, rough.
she
Yeah.
could like get upset and I'd have to be like,
Yeah.
no, I didn't mean it, I swear. And it's
Oh,
like,
for sure.
dude, that was exhausting, man. Like
Yeah.
and so Sam is just the best, and
Yeah.
like we do not take each other take ourselves that
Yeah.
seriously, and it's
Yeah, for
like,
sure.
oh, okay, you didn't mean it that way. No, it's okay, I get it. It's like, oh, good, it was that
Yeah.
easy.
Yeah.
Like I'm so glad we could just communicate like that.
Yeah. Heather and I, we are happy to get like advice, I guess, from like some married church members in our fellowship that are just been around for a while. So we'll like have them over for dinner and be like, hey, maybe you can help us out with this bump we've had lately. And it's very rare we'll do that. But if we do, we'll kind of realize that like both of our stances in this quote bump are kind of like less so I'm right, she's wrong, I'm right, he's wrong, anything like that. They're more so like, I don't know how to best help my spouse when this thing goes about, and I want to be able to help them. And that's like I don't want to say like what we got going is very healthy, but I think that's a very healthy mindset to have in a relationship, is like, I might not agree with what's going on, but I want to be there. I want to be help for them, and I want to like I don't see it as right or wrong. I see it as like they're struggling in this way and I want to help. Or they see it the other way where it's like, I don't know how to, like, it's basically like, what can I work on so we can be a better relationship. And so, and I think that's healthy to some extent.
For sure. Yeah.
But we realize that like into our marriage and we're like, oh, this is great. Like we don't always like, we don't need to be right. The funny thing is that I'm not a conflict avoider. But I am I do focus on myself too much in a blaming way. It's funny. I realized this recently, especially, is that if something goes wrong, I blame myself. Even if there is a good not a good opportunity, a good realistic, potential that I am really not the one at fault here. But that comes at the price of like me tearing myself down. Even if there's something maybe I can work on to help the relationship or whatever, but often I blame myself. Like you look at like this exam, for example, that I just recently almost passed, but didn't. I blame myself for that. But like I go on Reddit and see the people that also took the exam and they're like, oh, they should have put this kind of question on there and they didn't. And if they did, I would have passed, and sending this blame in every direction but themselves. And I'm like, no, I know that I just wasn't prepared. And, there's a level of fairness. And one of the hard things about the exam was that there was a topic that I had conquered and like really mastered that they didn't have any topic or any on the exam. And so I was like frustrated with that, but I'm not going to go around and blame them for that. That's just how it is. That's the hand I'm dealt. That's my lot. It's like, I don't know. Totally. So like, there's a healthy amount of like just blaming yourself, but then there's like a little more where you're like, maybe you're not the only one to blame here. But that's just who I am.
Yeah. You being yourself. Yeah. Totally.
Yeah. But anyway, relationships and stuff. They're cool, right? Right. Yeah. Anyway. So, but yeah, that's us. We're real. If this is your first time listening to the podcast, just be aware that we are not afraid to
talk about feelings for 10 minutes.
Life. Yeah. Talk about the feelings for 10 minutes. What do you
if this is your first time watching, you're 10 minutes in and you're like, dang, these guys haven't even mentioned whiskey yet.
I know, right? So speaking of whiskey, I am entry buzzing on something that did Max help us get this? I forget. The Seagrass Gold.
No, that was all me, baby.
Oh, that was you, baby. Yeah, oh yeah, I remember that now.
It was
Max is the one who sent us the gold originally.
For sure. And I don't think that was the same batch that we ended up procuring for ourselves. But yeah, I found a 2-pack somewhere and I was like, dude, you want to split it? It was basically like buy one, get one free.
It was worth it.
Yeah.
I mean, what was it, like $250 for this?
$250.
This stuff is gold. Yeah, honestly, probably the best finished whiskey I've ever had.
Wow. Yeah.
I might stand by that, but I'm pretty sure I stand by that.
Actually, like, come to think of it, like it truly is that impressive. If there's anything else that I'm thinking of that's like a finished whiskey that I really enjoy, it's like maybe I enjoy it almost as much. Like they're totally it's in the upper echelon, top tier for sure.
It is just gold.
Yeah,
it is great.
That was a genius entry buzz. I did not even think of Seagrass at all, but what I did think of was Found North, and so I was
distillate.
Since what we're drinking today is like 20-ish years, and it is 20 years, and it's like super high proof. I was like, well, what's my highest proof Found North that I have? And it's batch 7. It's batch
Okay.
7.
I thought that was one of the higher ones. That's like 130 something, 133.
Probably. Yeah, that sounds right. Actually, wait, I have it right here. Batch 7, 131.8. Yeah. But like,
oh, go ahead.
Batch 7's like one of my lesser favorite releases.
Okay.
So then shortly under batch 7 here is batch 6. Batch 6 is 128.2. And it allowed me to kill the bottle. So this is my batch.
Bottle
this
kill.
Is
that your last bottle?
No, actually I do have one more batch 6 unopened.
Oh, but what about batch 7?
Nope.
Oh no, so you didn't kill batch 7, you killed batch 6. You're saying
correct that I killed batch 6, and I do have one more because batch 6 is one of my favorite batches. Nice. I love how bourbony it drinks. And batch 7, when that's gone, I'm gonna be okay not having a back with that one. But I'm gonna torch this for you.
Keep your chinny chin hairs off the area of the bottle.
Yeah, good thing I trimmed my mustache.
I know, right? Ooh, love that sound. That did sound
it make
great.
A good sound?
Yeah, 100%.
Oh, you know what? Oh,
should have turned the lights out.
Look at this. Maybe I won't tell the story behind this, but check out this batch 6 here. Look at that little sticker right there. Do you see that?
That's for non-sample, or for like basically like media sample only, not for resale. Yeah.
It's a media.
I got one of those on batch 7.
Yeah, I won't.
How'd you get that?
I won't mention how I got this.
Okay.
But yeah, just in case they care. Just in case.
Yeah, that was the last time. That was the only time that Found North did that. Or like they sent, like when I reached out to Nick or whoever at the time originally, they were like, "Yeah, we'll just send you a full bottle and we'll do an episode." I was like, "Dude."
But you're right that batch 7 was the last time that they sent out the bottles with the sticker on them and everything, at least. Yeah.
That was the episode before, or that was that was before I did the interview episodes. And then,
I think it was the one immediately before. Or
it was because I was set up to do it with Robbie, and then Robbie pulled out. Then I was like, well, after this episode, I'm going to start doing interviews. So,
So you had a nice little 2-week buffer there to get everything set up.
Yes, which was nice. Yeah, because that was a little hectic at the time.
Yeah.
So, what else is going on?
Oh, I have news for you, sir. Actually, you know this already, but I'll say it here, that Emma took some serious steps. Yeah. It's
and
funny
you took a video of it.
I did. Yeah. Just like, you know what? I'll double check with Sam that she's okay with this, but I might post it like on the Patreon only Discord. Maybe limit the viewing, but share it with the beloved listeners. But she is. I feel like just like 2 episods ago, or maybe it was last episode, I was lamenting like, she just doesn't care.
It was like 2.
Want to. Yeah. And then on Monday, on Labor Day, I'm so glad that like we were all home. She wasn't at daycare. I wasn't at work. She woke up on a mission. Like she was like within an hour after waking up, she was getting from sitting down, she'd get into a crouched position, and then she'd slowly stand up, not touching it.
Without holding anything
there. And so of course we're like, as while she stands there, and then she'd sit down, and she did that like an hour later, and then like into the afternoon, she did that close to the wall, and like realized the wall was just like 2 or 3 steps away. And so she took step to get to the wall, and then leaned against the wall, and we were like, and then in the evening, she finally got to the point where she was like really getting courageous. And it's so funny too, because in this video that I actually took a couple videos where she'd stand up and she'd maybe take like 1 step, and then she'd fall down, and then and then another video where she'd stand up and she'd stand there for a really long time, take 1 step, and then fall down, and then finally on the 3rd video she is like squealing like a monster.
She was just getting into it.
Battle cry, like she's like hyping herself up, like and then she finally takes like 5 steps in a row, and then flops down. It's amazing.
We talk about kids in terms of injuries being resilient, but like in terms of like milestone, like even in terms of milestones, like, they're extremely resilient. Like, you know, we as adults sometimes we're like, I can't get this walking thing down, I'm gonna give up. You
Yeah.
know, I don't think it's worth it.
Right.
I'm
Like
moving
the
on,
sheer
doing something else.
will.
But kids are like, I'm gonna figure this out.
Yeah.
And they are so mentally resilient in terms of like, yeah, getting to where they need to get. And so here's the question: is she walking everywhere now?
No.
Okay, so
She,
still working on the
yeah,
basics. Yeah, but
she,
still, it's there.
it's kind of 50-50,
Hmm.
maybe less in favor of walking. But
Yeah,
when she realizes she wants to go across the room, you can tell
she knows
she's
what's
like
faster.
deciding, like, how do I want to do it? Do I want to actually stand up,
Yeah.
or do I want to just crawl? And then she'll just crawl
Uh-huh.
or whatever.
Yeah,
But
it's faster at this point.
this morning she did a nice like 10 foot at least. I don't know how many steps it was because I actually wasn't out here for it. I was
That's great.
getting ready for the day. But Sam watched her walk like over 10 feet by herself.
Yeah,
Yeah. So she's
that's
keeping it
great.
up.
You know, you think of these milestones, and the other day I was thinking, no, I'll tell you that after the podcast. It's probably not appropriate.
Okay.
But milestones are great. No, it probably isn't appropriate, but it is
Oh,
between friends, but maybe not for the podcast. So sorry,
got it.
guys. Sorry,
I
everyone,
do
for
have
having to bring it
one more
up.
thing for
Yeah, yeah,
you.
bring it up.
Really neat sentimental thing for me here.
Uh-huh.
So I Total Wine last Friday.
Yeah,
It was a big drop day. I actually got several
that's
things,
great.
but one of the things that I got, I was second in line, and there was only two Taylor
Oh,
single barrels, and I
heyo.
haven't seen one of those in forever. And the thing that hit me shortly after I picked it up was
Hmm.
the last time I saw this bottle,
I
my
remember that.
dad bought it for me.
Yeah. Hmm.
And my dad has since passed away last
Hmm.
December, and
Hmm.
so sure enough, here it pops up again. And as of recording this, at least today, my dad's birthday is tomorrow. So like
Oh,
his
that's
birthday's
sweet.
right here this week. Taylor single barrel dropped. I just happened to get one
That's
of the
cool.
two that the store even got, and it's my dad bottle.
Nice.
So like I'm pretty excited
Yeah,
about it.
that is cool. I Yeah, I was thinking about that. You know, I had my sister bottle,
Yeah.
which was the Redbreast 21, and
Yeah.
I don't know, that being like pretty much $500. Maybe it went down. I don't know. What do you think that is these days?
I actually have
Probably over
not seen it
500.
around at all.
Uh
I don't
huh.
know. It's not an annual release, right? I
No,
guess,
no.
but I just like I haven't seen that in the case at Total Wine. I haven't seen it anywhere. So, but
I'm
with it
seeing
at
440.
yeah, but
But
like
go on.
it's got to be just like the Spot series, how the Spot prices came back down again.
Yeah,
It's got to be a
it's got to
matter
come down.
until
Who wants to
the
spend 440?
yeah. Well, and the Redbreast 27 prices were going nuts. There was a period of time
Yeah,
where the total wine price in Phoenix was like 1100. And then like
yeah,
it only stayed there for like 2 or 3 months. And then Total Wine brought their price back down to like 800. Still
yeah.
a bit high, but yeah.
Still, maybe I'll celebrate my sister again sometime when I
Yeah.
got the dough for it. That's a
Right.
that's a hard
Tough
bottle,
pill to swallow.
commemorative bottle, or
Yeah.
whatever you want to call it, because
Right.
it's
Right.
really expensive.
Yeah, I know.
Um,
It's like a special occasion bottle. Like, if you did
yeah,
get it, but you only drank it like once a year, thinking about
yeah,
that, then like, of course, it would last a really long time, but
yeah,
then you don't really get to drink it very often. Yeah.
yeah. You gotta remember. No, that's cool. I appreciate that. One moment. So tell me about your home aging barrel
Yeah.
progress.
I've been
Yeah,
keeping that one in my back pocket.
nice.
So, man, how long can I monologue about this?
I don't know. You want to
Let,
bring it to next episode?
let me trim it down a bit.
Yeah, yeah,
I have this barrel. Sam gave it to me for Christmas forever
yeah.
ago.
Hmm.
First thing I did with it was take a bunch of whiskey I didn't even want anymore. I made a
Yeah,
absolutely garbage trash whiskey blend and filled that sucker
nice.
up just to see what what happens,
Yeah.
what comes out of this thing. It was okay.
Put in your
You could
best
really,
stuff.
you could tell the wood really imparted on the whiskey a lot. So that was neat.
Mhm.
So then I did something real with it, where I took excess Elijah Craig barrel proofs that I had,
Okay.
blended them together. I say that as if I did it artfully. I didn't. I took this one and that one and
Nice.
that
Threw 'em
one,
all
and they
together.
were extras, and I filled the barrel with them, and that was that.
Yeah.
I let that thing sit in this barrel. The barrel's a 60-ounce capacity. It's I don't know, 2 liters, I guess, ish.
Yeah.
That I let it sit in there for 6 months,
Oh,
and
wow.
about a little less than
And it's
3
like,
bottles went
2
in.
liters.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
go
yeah.
on. Yeah.
About 2.5 bottles went in, and like
Mhm.
a 375 came out.
Well, that's
One
Arizona for you, I'll tell you that. Yeah.
375 came out after
Did
6
you
months.
did you measure proof when you got out?
I tried. Let
Okay.
me tell you that story, since
Oh, yeah?
we'll go long here. I
Yeah.
bought a refractometer on
I
Amazon,
gotcha.
$20 refractometer.
Mhm.
And there's a set screw on there to calibrate, to dial it in. So I took
Yeah.
100 proof whiskey and dialed it in to put the line right at 100 proof. And then I did
Mhm.
120 proof whiskey, and then when I checked it, the line was a little past 120s, which to
I
me
gotcha.
means the higher you get in proof, the more it's the measurement skews a little too high.
Yeah.
But
Mhm.
I used the screw, and I brought it a little closer to the 120 line, just to kind of take a nice,
Yeah.
like, middle of the road figure here. I put the Elijah Craig barrel on there, and that freaking thing, the line, first off, since it was so close to the end, the
Mhm.
high end of the scale, it was like fuzzy and hard to see. The line wasn't even really
Wow.
defined anymore, because that thing, you're
Mhm.
supposed to, like, it's the viewing angle is calibrated, if you will, for a good middle of the road proof. That thing
Yeah,
is
for
not,
sure.
you're not expected
Yeah.
to
Not
measure
meant for
180
hazmat.
proofs on this all day, every day.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So anyway, the line, I can hardly even tell where the line is, but I can tell
Yeah.
it's up at like 170, 180. And
Dang.
I'm like, this is ridiculous. But if you
Yeah.
taste it, it's nuclear. Like,
Oh, wow.
it absolutely, I have no doubt that it's at least like 150. So one
But
of
is
these
it
days,
nuclear in taste?
it's it has the heavy, thick double oak flavor to match
Nice.
the proof that it is.
Yeah.
So I am not going to say
It's
that it is
basically
good.
Texas whiskey.
Yes, I'm not going to say that it's good, but I will say that it is incredibly flavorful and incredibly
Yeah.
higher proof.
That's
So
cool.
now, the third run that I'm on now
Mhm.
is Sagamore Rise. I
Nice.
decided to bring my barrel entry proof down a little bit. So I
Yeah.
put in, Sagamore Rise are around 112-ish or something, somewhere
Mhm.
around there.
Yeah.
And I'm letting it sit until what's remaining in there will fill 1,750 completely.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
I'm weighing it, and I have a lot of, like, I weighed the
That's
empty
a good idea.
barrel
Yeah.
saturated. I weighed the stand. I weighed everything. I weighed the amount of
Yeah.
liquid in there when it
Science.
was at 112 proof, and I'm doing math to
Mhm.
figure out, because I can just do math on the weight to figure out when there's 750 mil in there.
He could do
So,
math on the fly.
but I tell you
Yeah.
what, if it's close before, oh, actually, no, I shouldn't do what I'm about to say. If it's close to being done before Madison, I was going to bring some to Madison, but
Ooh, that'd be great for
that
the bottle share.
might result in me bringing hazmat on a plane. So if I can measure it and tell that it's
Can't
not
do
hazmat,
that, everyone.
don't do that.
Yeah.
I'm not winking over here. No winks on this side. I'm not
Yeah.
going to do that. But anyway, that's what I've been doing with the barrel. So I'm pretty excited for the
That's
Sagamore to
cool.
come out.
Nice. How long's it been in there again?
It's been in there for 3 months now. I
Oh,
weighed it
wow.
on its 3-month anniversary, and it's about a 750 and a half is
Nice.
what's remaining in there now. So it's got a little more to go.
Nice. That's cool. That's math. That's science.
Yeah.
So, okay. This is probably our longest ever. What do you call it? Shooting the breeze. But before we go to break, the other day, I was with my daughter, my older daughter, Beck, and then I say, and I say, that's deep or something like that. And Heather goes to me and she goes, yeah, the other day Beck goes, That's math. And I was like, where did she learn that? And she's like, you, because you say it all the time. And my daughter is right after my own heart. So that's all I got to say.
Falling in your
all
footsteps.
Right, we're drinking.
She's going to be asking you what up dog is here pretty soon.
Yeah, exactly. And then I'll teach her about wrong dog. So yeah, I love wrong dog. It's my favorite. Anyway, let's send it a break. We'll be right back and we'll talk history of Barrell and Canadian versus American whiskey. This episode is sponsored by our Canadian brother in drams, Jason Preston. Jason isn't just a whiskey fan. He's a curator of history. Specifically, he collects a lot of things, but one of them is batch ones. Most people are hunting dusty bottles. Jason's out there stacking first releases like trading cards, building a collection so rare that distillers probably call him for reference checks. He once even made a pilgrimage down to my land of my people, Richmond, Virginia, to hang out with me. And let me tell you, the man doesn't just bring whiskey. He brings presents. He got that globe-trotter vibe. Rolling through airports like duty-free shops were designed just for him. When Jason travels, barrels sigh with relief, knowing they're about to meet a worthy owner. Jason, thanks for the support, the baller energy, and for making batch one collecting look like an extreme sport. The chill filtered family's cooler just by having you in it. And we're back. What a great break. We went for a walk. We high-fived.
Yep. We high-fived the whole time. Some might call it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Some might call it. Have you ever? That's actually really funny. Have you ever heard? Like, did you take that from something?
No, I just made that up. I don't know.
It's good. Yeah, we like I should say that to Heather. You want a high five for a long time?
Yeah, that is
good. Yeah, I gotta use that.
Quick, write that down.
Yeah, write that down right now, because I'm totally gonna forget it. We had a great time last weekend with the drink along. We drank the Ardbeg Eureka. It wasn't as good as we hoped, but it was still good. We're excited to do one in September this month, and we're going to be drinking Kentucky Owl Batch 12. So keep your eyes peeled and your ears peeled too. Another huge thank you to Cody Clark, different than Paul Clarkson because their names are different. For Cody Clark provided the sample we're pouring today. What a baller. I got a green, what do they call it? Liquid Ministry too.
Is this our second Cody Clark episode in a row? Is it our third Cody Clark episode?
It was the Heritage Barrel was last one. What a baller. He sends the stuff that's worthy of episodes. And you could too, listener. But we don't need you to. But if you want to, like if you got something that's like calling, that's like a killer bottle, we're down to try it. Not going to shut you down. Okay, so today we're drinking Barrell Decade. That's Barrell with 2 L's.
And you know what? Actually, real quick, Cole.
Yeah.
This is hazmat, man. Let's pour this right now.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
Let's pour it out for the homies. You know what I'm saying?
Derail you, but it seems kind of important here.
Wow, that's a light color for hazmat. Extremely light color.
If I was Cody Clark, what Glen would I choose? Whiskey
Copita, baby.
Sure. Man, I need to get some of those.
Dude, at least 2.
Yeah.
I don't know why I haven't bought more. I love these glasses.
It is a light color. And you know what? Actually, I'm going to pour my little water pour and ice pour too here.
Oh, yeah, me too. Yeah, I already did. All right, while you pour, I'm going to go forward. Definitely not our first Barrell Craft Spirits product on the podcast. This is actually our 7th episode featuring the brand. They're doing great stuff. And though they don't distill whiskey over in, I want to say they're in Louisville. I forget to write that one down. They're not afraid to tell you that. They're very transparent. Since we feature them a few times, though, I'm going to avoid history on the company itself, but instead talk about American versus Canadian whiskey. And there's a reason for that, and I'll get to it. Today, instead of looking at the distillery behind the pour, I want to zoom in on why Barrell Decade could even exist in the first place. And the answer comes down to some of the big differences in the Canadian whiskey rules and American whiskey rules. In the U.S., bourbon has some pretty strict requirements. By law, it has to be made with at least 51% corn, distilled no higher than 160 proof, enter the barrel at no higher than 125 proof. And most importantly, it has to be aged in brand new charred oak containers every single time. That last part is a huge cost driver. New barrels are expensive. They take up more space, and whiskey interacts with that fresh char intensely. That's why in America, you don't see a lot of bourbons over 15 or 20 years. Because not only is it really costly to keep them aging that long, but the oak can overpower the spirit often because of the brand new oak. Now compare that to Canada. Canadian whiskey has to be aged at least 3 years, but it can be aged in any oak barrel at all. Refill casks, ex-bourbon barrels, even barrels that have been previously used to age Canadian whiskey. That makes it more economical to hold whiskey for even decades. Plus, Canadian distillers often make single grain whiskeys like 100% corn or 100% rye, and then blend them later. That flexibility of both the barrels and the blending gives Canadian whiskey a totally different toolbox than American bourbon makers. Plus, one thing that I didn't mention as well is that, or I didn't write in my notes, is that that same effect that can really impact like American whiskey, that you don't want to age it beyond like 15 to 20 years. You can age a Canadian whiskey longer because that impartation or whatever of the barrel char is not as strong on a refill cask. So here's why that matters for Barrell Decade. This whiskey was built from Canadian stocks distilled each year from 1995 through 2005. Whiskeys that are now 20 to 30 years old. If this had been American bourbons, you'd be looking at thousands of dollars a bottle easily. Mm-hmm. Like the minimum 20, maximum 30. Yeah, thousands of dollars a bottle. Assuming the barrels even survived that long without turning into oak juice, basically.
Yeah, or there's just nothing in the barrel.
Yeah, exactly. Or that too. Yeah, good point. But that's another thing is Canadian whiskey is usually done in colder temperatures, and so it ages without forcing that age too quickly. But because of the Canadian system, Barrell could pull together a full decade's worth of older stocks, finish them in Spanish brandy and Hungarian oak casks, and still keep the bottle at around $200. That's it. $200. 20 to 30-year-old juice, $200. In other words, Barrell Decade is only possible because of the differences between Canadian and American whiskey law. It is not just a blend across years. It's a story of how two countries make whiskey differently. And that's how flexibility in Canada, and how that flexibility in Canada allowed something truly unique to come together for what we're drinking today. So we're drinking Barrell Decade. Like I mentioned earlier, it is a blend of only Canadian distillate ranging from 20 years to 30 years from the decade of 1995 through 2005. Hence the name Decade. I don't know why they didn't choose. Oh, I guess you don't want a 25 to 35-year-old whiskey, but it makes sense. So as opposed to doing like 1990 or something like that to 2000.
Probably just what they had available and what was ready at the time too.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, heck, it could have been great at 25 to 35 years, but maybe they'll do that eventually. Finished in Spanish brandy, which is not something you hear about often. Like you hear about French brandy, like cognac and Armagnac, but they use Spanish brandy and Hungarian oak casks before bottling. Now, those are some interesting casks, like I just mentioned, but Barrell is known for obscure casks, like Amaro casks finishing, or apricot brandy cask finishing, or Martinique rum finishing.
Entry buzz again?
Yeah, exactly. But mine didn't have Amaro in it. That would have ruined it.
Wait, I thought, the Sicilian Amaro
was it
was
Armida? I think Armida
yeah,
has the
Armida.
Amaro, yeah.
Yeah.
So, but they nail it with some of these crazy cask finishes. So I'm not too worried about Hungarian oak and Spanish brandy. And here's the kicker. The proof is 142.7. Hazmat, baby. Probably one of the highest proof ones we've ever had, if not the highest. No, yeah, this might be the highest we've ever done because we've done like a 141 a few times, I want to say.
We've done a re-entry buzz 144 before.
What was that?
It was a Garrison. It tasted like coffee.
Yeah. That was crazy. Yeah. Yeah, crazy. So on their website. Oh, go ahead.
That was a Bryan Duncan special.
That was. Total wine price, at least on their website, $199. Easy. Yep. But it's sold out now. So. Thanks, Cody.
Yeah. I saw there was another wave of it that came through. I want to say like the Reddit single barrel program, maybe, or I don't know, somewhere that I saw got another drop of it recently. But anyway, there was one more thing you were talking about. Differences between Canadian and American. You mentioned the American barrel entry proof restriction, or you might have.
No higher distillation than 160, no higher barrel entry than 125.
Yeah. So I quickly looked,
and it's like 95% basically on Canada.
For thanks. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah.
No, we just talked about not razzing each other. Dang it. Barrel entry proof for Canadian.
Oh, gotcha.
There are no restrictions to barrel entry proof for Canadian. So, you see these crazy obtainium bottles or whatever.
Oh,
and some crazy Canadian thing and the proof is like 180 or whatever. It's like, yeah, well, they could have put anything in that barrel, man.
Yeah, you could age it for 1 year and call it that, but it has to be 3 years to be Canadian. But it doesn't need to be called Canadian whiskey if you don't want it.
True.
But they also, they like even the barrel entry proof. That's one thing. But maybe you were referring to this, but they really don't have like a limit either on distillation. So you could pretty much make vodka without diluting it. Like you can get to like 190 proof, and then cut it, or even just throw it right in the barrel or something, and cut it later.
Right. Yeah. I didn't see that about the distillation proof. I was just looking at barrel entry proof.
Basically, you can make Everclear with the grain.
Crazy.
Yeah. So
commenting on the color before we nose and everything.
So light.
Yeah, I know. So light. So this one that I'm holding slightly higher is the barrel. And the lower one here is the Found North. And I guess maybe it's not really coming through on the camera very well, but the barrel is very much like a hay, like a hay bale, golden yellow.
Looks more diluted tea than anything.
Yeah, and the Found North has a deeper terracotta. It has a deeper like
copper terracotta.
Burnt orange kind of thing. So interesting how much darker the Found North is.
Tell me about this nose, Brian.
Oh yeah, I'm about to. I haven't even brought it to my nose yet.
Singeing my nose hairs, but that's okay.
I'm glad we poured it earlier.
Yeah.
There's not much that's really jumping out of me as far as flavors go. Obviously the proof it's showing its proof, but I'm getting like baking spices and a little kind of dusty herbal and baking spices.
Okay.
There's a little bit of like apricot-y kind of stone fruit in there too, but it's really hard to see that because that proof is pretty sharp.
I'm going to say this. The palate stands out, maybe not in like a great way. It is good. This is very good. This is very close to Found North distillate, or not distillate, but like Found North products. I would say closer to the rye, even though I don't think this is like a rye majority product. It's a little more closer to their rye blends than their corn blends or wheat blends. Really nice vanilla. But it's like more blatant vanilla than like a bourbon would be, where it's like bourbon is like this like well melded vanilla in there. This is like somewhat like a diluted, the flavor is like a diluted vanilla extract. Meanwhile, the proof is still high on the palate, but does remind me of Found North for obvious reasons, I guess.
Man, if you're watching on YouTube, you saw me make a bunch of disgusted faces.
Mm-hmm.
I really don't like this.
You don't like it?
No.
I think it punches.
I can see a Found North tie-in, but only for the rye dominant batch.
Yeah.
Just one batch. And
two batch,
season
1 and 3.
Barrels, I guess. But it is really lacking in the creamy corn component that Found North usually has. Found North gets like thick and sweet. This does not have that thick and sweet at all. I might not have ever in my life had brandy or cognac or Armagnac or
comes in today via courier.
I know, I actually received it already. Very, very excited to try. But this, the primary flavor that I get on this is grapes, white grapes, Welch's white grapes. I can see that. To me, it tastes like extremely high proof distilled white grape juice.
All right, hear me out.
Yeah, go ahead.
Flavored vodka that is slightly aged.
That is exactly where my mind is. Like that is exactly where my mind is. It has, it's weird. It's going to be hard for me to put words to this, but it's not disgusting. Like I definitely don't think that it's like bad, but like all I'm getting is like an alcohol, a distilled spirit that was, I don't know, distilled a bazillion times to try to strip out all of the fatty, whatever congener stuff that gives like nice thick flavor, so that it's just a clean Welch's grape juice, but unfortunately still does come across like pretty hot.
Yeah, it does. Yeah. No, I'm with you. I think it's enjoyable, but does it like really stand out? In terms of like a good level, it stands out in certain ways, but doesn't stand out in like terms of like great. I do like I will say this, I do like the crispness of it. Almost like the rye note we were getting. I do like how crisp and clean it is. But it's not crisp and clean like a Japanese or Irish whiskey kind of crisp clean. It is, it's as if you took like a vodka, and you threw it in a barrel for a little bit, and it's probably, and like this is better than that, but it's the flavor imparted on this. Like you look at the color on this thing, it is so light for 20 to 30 years. What did they even do in that barrel or those barrels? The flavor, like the proof versus the flavor is like if you did a ratio of proof to flavor ratio, it would be enormous. Because the proof is high and the flavor is slight.
Totally.
So I added a little water.
Nice. And I just did too. Yeah. The nose though, real quick, back on the neat. Now that I've nosed it a million times, I'm actually getting like an Amburana spice on the nose now. There's kind of a cinnamon nutmeg Christmassy thing on the neat nose for me.
Maybe it's that Hungarian oak.
Maybe.
So you take 20 to 30 years, and you throw it in 2 crazy barrels. Normally, if this were any other company besides Barrel Craft Spirits, I'd be like, they're trying to fix something. They're trying to make it right. They bought some really high aged stock. They blended it together. They hated it. And they're like, let's throw it in a barrel. But that being said, Barrel Craft Spirits can nail a special funky finish and just do well with it. So I'm not going to blame that in this case.
One of the best Amburanas that I had personally was Barrel.
Who did that? Or what did they? What was it? Oh, was it no? Who? Yeah, was that a one-off?
No, it's well, I think they're intending it to be. No, I don't
Oh
want to
no,
say
they're
that.
Amburana. Yeah. I remember that one.
Yeah, I
We
was thinking
sampled.
annual release, but it's just
Oh no, we did.
they did a funky
We didn't
cask
do.
series thing, and one of those was
We
Amberana.
did. What was the Mizunara? Is the one we did.
Exactly, that was part of the same cask series that they were doing.
Gotcha. Yeah.
You get anything different with water?
It's about the same. When you're that high proof, it doesn't make too much of a difference. But I think it's a little fruitier.
Yes,
Slightly.
on the nose. Agree.
Slightly fruitier.
Kind of brings out a.
I get that Amburana note. Go ahead.
I know. Yeah, it's so weird. Why would it? Why would that be there?
Yeah.
But anyway, maybe they accidentally instead of Hungarian oak, they accidentally put an Amburana in there. That's definitely what happened.
Exactly.
Totally agree with the fruitier with water, especially on the nose. The nose really brought out the apricot, bright, crisp, clean, again, fruity with water. The palate, it was kind of more of the same, I guess. It's just less sharp on the ethanol side with water, as you'd expect. I did put like 3 drops in a half ounce, so I went a little heavy on it.
Mm-hmm. No, I did about the same. I'm moving on to the ice pour.
The cube.
And the nose is still pretty hot on the alcohol vapors. You know, I gotta bring attention at least one more time to make it very clear. Minimum 20 years, and it's this light in color. What kind of barrels did they even use? Like, ex-bourbon wouldn't even impart this kind of like, it must have been just straight uncharred barrels they put this thing in. 20 minimum, and it's this light in color.
Yeah.
But you know, that'll probably say something about it. It does say something about the notes we're getting. It's like the flavor is not intense. The proof is, but the flavor is not. It's like a light whiskey.
It really is like a light whiskey.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, that's I guess I can't remember off the top of my head what all the requirements are for light whiskey, but I remember like being informed about it at some point and being like, oh, okay. So, you know, it really does make it a lot more like Canadian then in that sense.
Pretty much.
I know their barrel entry proof can be way higher.
And they don't have any requirements on barrels as far as I know.
Oh, that's right. Like it can be reused casks. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Maybe it's like basically Canadian rules in America. That's what they call it light whiskey, which would be an insult to Canadians. Like, what you call normal whiskey, we call light whiskey.
At least we're not calling anything base whiskey down here.
Mm-hmm.
That just sounds like
base
found this in a tote under the bed.
I remember Nick Taylor was like wanted to clarify that. He was like, we don't like when I brought up the word base whiskeys, he's like, let me like make this clear. And I forget what point he made, but he was like kind of wanted to defend himself of like,
I think I remember him saying something to the effect of like, why would they call it base whiskey? Like, how dumb is that?
Yeah. And then there's like I think they call it base spirit, and then flavoring spirits, which is like more of like the rye forward or whatever. I don't know. Mm-hmm. I don't prefer it with ice. It kind of euthanizes it with a Y. Euthanize. Yeah. You know, I'm for the euthanasia. I love those people in Asia, especially the youth. Yeah.
Oh boy. Ice did a good job of taking away the ethanol. There really wasn't much of that sharp bite. But so it pulled that curtain back and be like, okay, now let me exhibit these flavors that are underneath. And there was like not much. There was a very light oakiness, and again, like I would have expected so much more oak. It really wasn't there. It was just like still on the vodka, on the aged vodka idea or whatever. Like, that's just the best way to sum this up.
Are you getting on the ice finish? Are you getting like a salinity? Because I'm getting like my tongue is almost like I put a few salt granules in my mouth.
That's interesting.
Just, like, that. Yeah, it's like just
I
pure salt. Not like
I just had enough for
salt.
2 sips there on the ice.
It's not unfinishable. I've had worse, especially with the ice pour. I can actually finish this. So I'll say that before I give my score in a moment.
Dude, the nose, I'm back to the neat again. The nose is so Amberana-y. It's almost like it's almost a fun novelty now with
have we ever honed in on a Hungarian oak finish? Like what that does to a whiskey?
We should get the Bowman Hungarian oak.
We should reach out to our boy David.
DB.
No, we won't.
I don't know. Hungarian oak. What have I had that's Hungarian oak? Found North, I think. I can't think of anything else.
Did we ever sip from a Hungarian barrel? Yeah, we totally sipped from a Hungarian barrel at Bowman.
We did.
Remember that? Actually. I don't remember what it was. We were probably like loaded up at that point.
How did we not put 2 and 2 together that's what the future
we did. We knew that. Yeah. No, we totally knew that. Remember, you even joked about it. You're like, I guess we know which one the third one is. Yeah.
Yeah. The Hungarian barrel, that was that friggin' gigantic one, right? Where when he takes the cork out, he like bops it like left, right, left, right to like bop the cork out. I think I have video of him doing that.
Thick bung.
Yeah. Everybody loves a thick bung. Yeah.
Dude, thick bum, know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Wait, bung or bum? Come on.
Well, thick base, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. All right. What do you score this, John, at?
Yeah, let me pull up the old rating scale.
Yeah. Me too.
I think I'm sitting in the C- D+. Let me see if I can decide which side of the fence I want to land on. But let me talk my way through it. This category is called Something's Off. There's something about it that makes me think this is not so great. Because the level underneath that is like clearly stands out as being bad. This doesn't clearly stand out as being bad. It just kind of was making me feel like this is not for me. There are things about this that I'm like, but at the same time, I'm not like, this is disgusting. So C- D+, honestly, I think I'm going to land on the lower side. I think I'm going to go D+ on this because it just, if I had bought a bottle of this for $200, I think I would be sad. And that is my personal opinion. Anyone out there who loves this, that's awesome. Like, and like Canadian is clearly your thing, and high age Canadian and high proof and stuff. Obtainium, you probably love Obtainium if you love this. But it's just not for me.
When's the last time you had Crown Royal?
I've had like Crown Apple like mixed in apple cider, but I'm not sure I've ever just had Crown Royal.
You should try it, and you'll be like, "This is Crown Royal hazmat." I just kind of realized it just hit me that this is just hazmat Crown Royal.
Yeah.
And I hate to give it such a bad score, but I'm gonna give it a C. Just a straight C. And I'm going to give this a 7.8. I don't think this is bad. I could finish it. I could absolutely finish what is in my glasses. But it's just lacking so much flavor for a 20 to 30-year-old whiskey. And not I'm not basing it that it's just a 20 to 30-year-old whiskey. It is just lacking flavor for a whiskey. that aged vodka note and that Crown Royal note just take over. And so I don't give it a super high score at all, but it is, like I said, finishable. I don't like do the head shake. Get this out of my mouth. Like I can enjoy this to some extent. Would I pay $50 for this? Maybe, because it's hazmat and that's kind of cool.
Yeah, I could pay $50 for this. Yeah.
But 199 is a little tight or a little high for me.
Yeah.
Not totally to say that Cody Clark isn't a baller for sending us this thing. We had to know. We had to know. I have a feeling Cody someone agrees with us though.
I have a feeling too. Yeah. Thank you very much for sending this in. Love getting the chance to try it, because when I saw this, the FOMO kind of hit me where I was like, oh, dang, like this sounds like this could be amazing. It could be like Found North on steroids because of the higher proof and the higher age. Just unfortunately, it's not, because I just sipped the batch 6 again, and it's just so much thicker. There's so much more caramel and actually delicious baking spices, and there's not a bunch of ethanol on the Found North. So
don't let, if you're a first time or no time barrel craft spirits drinker, don't let this say anything about the brand. They do great stuff, and this, like I said, is probably the best finished whiskey I ever had. So
and like
they're doing good things, even with Canadian distillate, which this is. They're doing good things.
Standard releases, there's not a bad one of the entire barrel line.
Even the foundation is good,
dude. The 5
especially
year
for the price.
Anyway, they do good stuff over there, and I guess sometimes they do little experiments like this that maybe don't turn out so good. But if you stick with the base stuff, golden.
Hey, that's the beauty of it. They've figured it out probably that this isn't their favorite thing. All right, now that we've given our ratings and our reviews and all that jazz, let's send it over to our next segment of the show that we like to call Whiskey World News.
All right, everybody, welcome back. This is Whiskey World News. I almost said the re-entry buzz. Whiskey World News. We just absolutely love Corey McCauley, Sazerac PR. He's just quickly approaching #1 fan of the podcast here. He keeps sending us interesting articles because he wants us to read them on the Chill Filtered podcast. So Corey McCauley, Sazerac PR, says Buffalo Trace Distillery announces first ever traveling tasting experience.
It's like a band tour.
Yeah, I know, right?
Tour.
Oh, boo. So this October, the distillery will launch Buffalo Trace Distillery on Tour, a tasting and retail experience coming to 4 U.S. cities: St. Louis, Kansas City, Jacksonville, and Tampa.
Lame.
Interesting choices of cities. I guess except for Tampa, they really stuck around the Tennessee area here. St. Louis, Kansas City, Jacksonville,
Florida.
Tennessee. Oh, that's so funny. What was I thinking? Is there even a Jacksonville, Tennessee? Did I just make that up?
There's Knoxville.
Oh, dude, that's probably what I was thinking of. That's hilarious.
Cool.
Well, so 2 cities close together and then 2 cities close-ish together. Anyway,
they're all within about both of those splits are pretty within a state's drive.
Yeah. So anyway, another quick thing that I noticed that I think I don't say in here anywhere is they didn't say who's going. They didn't say and Harlan Wheatley himself will guide you through a tasting of whatever. They just said something with an expert guide to guide you through your tasting.
I bet you they're gonna mix it up. Like Harlan will do one.
That'd be cool.
What's his name? Will do one.
Freddie Johnson.
Freddie Johnson. They will do one.
Yeah. That'd be cool. So anyway, guests here will also have the rare opportunity to shop custom city-specific barware available only at the experience.
Get some Jacksonville barware.
That could be cool. If you live in Kansas City your whole life and you're Kansas City proud, you might be able to pick up some cool Glen that's Buffalo Trace Kansas City.
That's cool.
So anyway, we got a quote here. We've created an experience that tells the stories of our most impactful luminaries and brands that welcome everyone and allows space for discovery. On top of all that, bourbon is supposed to be fun. There will be guided. It's supposed to be fun. There will be
except for
guided
the
tastings.
incidents. Go ahead.
Yeah, which won't be discussed.
Yeah.
There will be guided tastings and maybe even a surprise or two, says Andrew Duncan, global brand director for Buffalo Trace Distillery. That caught my ear too. So it's like if I was contemplating
I
going,
still can't get over that. Bourbon is supposed to be fun until the accident. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, until you have a distilling accident.
Yeah, or you like have a DUI or something like that. Like
yeah.
Or
You're
like yeah,
this is supposed to be fun.
This is supposed to be fun, and I'm in jail now. Yeah, yeah.
Oh gosh. So maybe even a surprise or two. So if you're contemplating going, there might be a surprise. Each stop on the Buffalo Trace Distillery on tour will offer a total of 10 complimentary tasting experiences spread out over 4 days, staggered afternoon and evening time slots. Each session will feature a guided tasting, approximately 1.5 hours, and a lineup of popular brands, including Buffalo Trace, Eagle Rare 10, Weller Antique 107, and the new Sazerac 100 proof rye. So that's kind of neat. You get to try the new Sazerac. Tour dates and locations are as follows: St. Louis, Missouri, at the Demiki. I'm sure I pronounced that right.
To meet you, room.
Yeah, sure. October 3rd through the 6th. Kansas City, Missouri, at the First Creek Farm, October 9 to 12. Jacksonville, Florida. There it is. Jacksonville, Florida, not Jacksonville, Tennessee, if that even exists. At the Glass Factory, October 15 to 18. Tampa, Florida, at Armature Works, October 19 to 22. So there you go. Oh, yeah. By the way, it's free, but you must go online and reserve your ticket in order to participate. So tickets go on sale at 12 noon Eastern time on Wednesday, September 10. If I did my math correctly, that is 2 days from the day this came out. Since you're a loyal listener and you listen on Monday mornings, you have 2 days to prepare.
Okay. I have thoughts on this before you even ask me.
Ready.
What is drawing my eye is there will be guided tastings and maybe even a surprise or two, as you mentioned
100%,
earlier.
100%.
So Buffalo Trace is known for doing events and like handing out antique collection bottles.
Is exactly.
And if this is a free event, and not only antique collections, like I talked to the guy that I got the bottle of Single Oak Project Barrel 80. He says, yeah, I was there at the distillery with an event with my wife, and they handed out barrels or bottles of Barrel 80 of the Single Oak Project. And so it's like, dude, if they do that at the distillery, they pay for it. Like those kind of events
on a random day or at an event.
Yeah. Dude, I would like sign up for Kansas City. I have family there. I could like, I that's what I plan to do is like just sign up and hope I win or hope I get through, and then stay with my half sister out there and go there and hopefully get an antique collection bottle. Like that would be worth it for me.
That'd be cool. Know what I mean? Yeah. Right.
Yeah. But my wife would not approve of that. But
I was going to say that's about two weeks after the meetup. So
yeah. And then the funny thing is that my wife will be out of town that next weekend. So it's like maybe I'll earn it. We'll be like, hey, I'll be hanging out with my half sister for a few days, and
yeah, right. Don't mention the Buffalo Trace event.
yeah, just me and my sister Micah. Yeah,
they did. They had like some photos, like a render of what the tasting is going to look like, and it looked like there were a bunch of tables set up so that it would be like 100 people per session, actually.
Dude.
So the volume of this could be pretty big in case you're like, oh no, I'm not going to be able to get in there quick enough to be able to get a ticket. You might actually, because it looked like there's a lot of seats per tasting.
But then again, if there's like 100 seats, that's going to be done in like half a second. Yeah.
I'm sure it will go fast, but like
Yeah.
the extent to which how fast,
For
I guess.
sure.
But
Yeah. One other thought was, why don't they do morning sessions? They only do afternoon and evening sessions. But that's an alcoholics question. So
I was gonna say, Cole, not everyone wants to drink in the morning.
At 9 a.m. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. That's good enough for me.
Yeah.
What do we got from last week's results from
All right.
whiskey?
Here we
What
go.
whiskey would you choose?
All right.
Do
We
have a
are
question this
we are
week?
in the middle of our vote acceptance period here right now, but I can give you a little hint as to how it's shaping up so far. We have the final showdown here. What is your favorite distillery? Between the three that won from the 3 previous weeks. And so this showdown is Heaven Hill versus Maker's Mark versus Buffalo Trace. And as kind of expected here, Maker's Mark 0%.
Yeah.
Honestly, not surprised.
When we put them up against that. Yeah.
We got a third of the votes in favor of Heaven Hill here at 33%, and we got 2/3 in favor of Buffalo Trace.
I mean, people hate on it, but they make good stuff. They make good stuff.
Yeah. And we asked an additional question here. Just wanted to take it in a negative direction on this one. What is the worst? What is the worst bottle from one of these distilleries in your opinion? And with a couple trash emojis here. A couple write-ins so far here. What do we got? We got Mingo writing in here. Evan Williams, just the regular one. Just regular Evan Williams.
Yeah. It has been so long since I've had Evan Williams that I don't even know, but I imagine it's not their best work. Yeah.
I don't think I ever have, honestly.
Is that a Heaven Hill product?
It is, yeah.
Okay. Sure. It's been so long. Yeah.
Yeah. Whiskey Shaman wrote in, he said overrated Blanton's all day.
Yeah.
All day. And Cody Clark wrote in, said Bernheim. Thank you.
I kind of agree. Especially that barrel proof. Yeah.
But we'll get some more votes and some more write-ins here as the day goes on today, and maybe I'll recap those next week.
Maybe.
But now I got a question for you, Senor Cole. I'm not sure you saw this coming.
I did.
Question this week is what is your favorite American single malt? I'm gonna have you go first.
Okay. I gotta think about this. One came to mind originally up front that I was like, I wonder if I can outdo that. I don't think I can. I love Whiskey Del Bach. Love what they're doing. Love the goodies that they're shelling out. And my favorite of their American single malts is got to be their slightly peated Odila. And so I'm gonna go with that. That's my favorite American single malt. Delicious. Slightly grapey, but also smoky. It's amazing. So Odila for me.
I was at Kings County Distillery a while back, and I was thoroughly impressed with a peated American single malt offering that they had. So I was kind of debating, but I was like, you know what? I bet Cole's gonna go Del Bach. So if Cole goes Del Bach, I'll go Kings County. So Kings County peated American single malt. That's my favorite. It just like they only age it for a couple of years because they use smaller barrels. They're in a warehouse that I want to say they leave the windows open year round. So there's a lot of temperature. A lot of temperature fluctuation there. So they get a lot of flavor over just a couple of years, and just surprisingly, maybe they picked the proof point just right, because I want to say it's maybe 100 or a little lower, where there's like no ethanol and it's just beautiful American single malt, and there's the perfect amount of peat on it too. So Kings County for me.
We both love peated American single malts, except mine wasn't peated. Mine was mesquited.
Ooh,
smoky though. Yeah. All right. That's good. What are we drinking next week? Oh, I think I know what we're drinking next week.
Oh, wait.
Something from Wild Turkey.
Heck yeah. Right here on the show notes, it says Wild Turkey Master's Keep Beacon.
You already got it? That's dark, bro.
Yeah, boy, it is. I tell
What's the
you,
story behind that? It's like a extra aged bourbon, right?
it is a blend of 10 and 16-year
Right.
barrels. The
Bourbons.
16-year barrels were chosen by the older master blender dude, Russell, right?
Ah,
Yeah.
Jimmy.
Senor Russell chose the 16,
Senor.
and lesser Senor Russell chose the 10, and they
Jimmy
blended them
and
together. Yeah,
Eddie.
Eddie. Yeah, that sounds right. Yeah.
Mhm.
118 proof, and it's a blend of 10 to 16 year. And you put this
Nice.
sucker in a Glen, it is beautiful color in a Glen, let me tell you.
Nice. Hey, I mean, that's technically got some older juice than one of our favorite bourbons of 2024.
That's true. I may have, so I had help obtaining this bottle.
Uh-huh.
I may or may not reveal what my preliminary assessment was.
Dang it. You already drank it. That's okay. That gives me strong vibes of like, it ain't as good as 15. But maybe I'm wrong. And
Could
I
go either
hope
way.
I'm wrong.
Maybe I'm hecka impressed with it. Maybe.
Yeah, exactly. And maybe I'm feeling hecka good. So let's just keep on dancing. And I hope we do.
I hope we high five for several minutes in Madison, Wisconsin.
Yeah, exactly. We'll be walking down State Street high fiving. Yeah, that'd be
Yeah.
great.
Rather than the traditional handhold, we'll be up here. We'll be up high
Yeah.
the whole time, just going
Interlaced
like
a
this.
little bit, but not too much. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you don't want to slip off. You got to keep it
Yeah,
together.
exactly.
Yeah.
The funny thing is we're staying in the same hotel room. So yeah, it's gonna make it funny.
Yeah.
We should
Call the front desk, be like, "Can you push those beds together?"
just enough so we can high five. That's great. They'd be like, sure.
Yeah, right.
All right. Well, I hope yeah, we're like what? Like so when this comes out and then one more comes out, it'll be that week of the meetup. So I hope that those who are joining us on the meetup, who are amazing and also coming to the meetup, they're gonna be awesome and it's gonna be a blast. We have so many. Oh, I forgot. I told Miles Ferguson I would send him the itinerary, and I forgot to. So I
Yeah.
hope that I send him the itinerary right after this.
Nice. Well, I hope I eat way too much cheese in Wisconsin.
Dude, I hope I get the cheese cramps in Wisconsin. But most of all, viewers, listeners, and everyone watching, listening, I hope that our love of whiskey lifted your spirits. Thick bung.
Thick bong.